Welcome to Stories from Locals Facing Climate Change Every Day, where we dive into the real-life experiences of individuals grappling with the realities of climate change. From rising sea levels to extreme weather events, each story highlights the profound impact that environmental shifts are having on communities across the globe. Join us as we explore the resilience of wildfire survivors, urban residents battling heat waves, and those who depend on fragile ecosystems like coral reefs. These narratives not only inform us about the challenges faced by many but also inspire hope and action in the face of adversity. 1. Rising sea levels. In the Maldives and Pacific Islands, rising sea levels are more than just a statistic, they are a daily challenge. Coastal communities are witnessing their homes and ancestral lands slowly being claimed by the ocean. For many, the only option is to migrate, leaving behind their cultural heritage and way of life. Imagine waking up each day, unsure if the land you stand on will be there tomorrow. It's a haunting reality for these islanders. This forced migration disrupts communities and places immense emotional and financial strain on families. 2. Extreme weather events. Farmers in sub-Saharan Africa face an unpredictable climate with shifting rainy seasons and prolonged droughts. These changes threaten their crops and food security, leaving them vulnerable to hunger and poverty. In regions where agriculture is the backbone of the economy, the impact is devastating. Farmers share stories of fields once lush and green, now barren and unyielding. The unpredictability of weather patterns means traditional farming methods are no longer reliable, forcing farmers to adapt quickly to survive. 3. Melting Arctic ice. Indigenous communities in the Arctic, such as the Inuit, are witnessing firsthand the melting ice that defines their landscape. This environmental change poses challenges to traditional hunting practices, which are crucial for their survival and cultural identity. Thinning ice makes travel dangerous, and the warming temperatures disrupt the natural habitat of the animals they rely on. The Inuit recount stories of adaptation, but also of loss, as their way of life, passed down through generations, faces unprecedented threats. 4. Wildfire survivors. Residents in fire-prone regions like California, Australia, and Southern Europe know all too well the devastation of wildfires. They describe losing homes, livelihoods, and even lives to these increasingly frequent and intense events. The emotional toll is immense, with communities rallying to support one another in the aftermath. Stories of resilience emerge as people rebuild, but the fear of another fire always looms. The fires leave a scar not just on the land, but on the hearts of those who endure them. 5. Displacement and migration. In Bangladesh and other low-lying nations, families share their experiences of being displaced by floods and cyclones. These events are not rare occurrences but rather a regular part of life, forcing people to abandon their homes repeatedly. The human toll of climate-induced migration is profound, as families struggle to find stability amidst chaos. The stories from these regions underscore the need for immediate action to mitigate the effects of climate change and provide support for those who are most vulnerable. 6. Urban heatwave. In densely populated cities like Delhi, Phoenix, and Baghdad, heatwaves are becoming more intense and frequent. Residents recount stories of struggling to cope with the soaring temperatures, often with limited access to cooling resources. For those without air conditioning or adequate shelter, the heat becomes a life-threatening issue. These stories highlight the challenges faced by urban populations and the need for infrastructure that can withstand extreme temperatures, ensuring the safety and well-being of all residents. 7. Coral reef dependence. Communities in the Philippines and Great Barrier Reef region rely heavily on coral reefs for food and income. However, the devastation caused by bleaching and ecosystem loss is threatening their way of life. Fishermen and local businesses share stories of dwindling catches and economic hardship as the reefs deteriorate. The loss of these vital ecosystems has far-reaching implications, not only for the environment but also for the livelihoods of those who depend on them. 8. Agricultural shift. Farmers in Central and South America are experiencing a need to shift their agricultural practices due to climate change. Rising temperatures and unpredictable rainfall patterns make traditional farming methods unsustainable. These farmers are learning to adapt by growing different crops, but the transition is not without its challenges. The stories from these regions tell of innovation and resilience, as farmers strive to continue feeding their communities in the face of changing circumstances. 9. Tropical storm resilience. In the Caribbean islands, residents recount stories of rebuilding homes and lives after powerful hurricanes. These storms, becoming more frequent and intense due to climate change, leave a trail of destruction. Yet, the spirit of resilience shines through as communities come together to support one another. The tales of rebuilding are not just about physical structures, but about hope and determination to overcome adversity and protect the future of their islands.